right, so Esper Control. Esper Control is a fan favorite archetype that's often terrible. One of the things I really like about this deck that made me accept Esper Control again for the queue today is that we have these 3 Delve threats at our top end, along with these Thought Scours to occasionally give us some aggressive draws. So, like, we can occasionally do, like, a Death Shadow impersonation with our fast Delve threats, so. I have no idea what cards you're talking about, and I am not a judge. You should ask a judge. I'd like to keep this. Seems fine. Probably go Tar Pit on one unless they do something that implies they're playing like Storm or something. Fucking Tron. Oh, God. And they have Relic against our Delve threats. I was like, I almost said, well, we have Delve threats to maybe. Sergeant Fane with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you and welcome. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Sweet. Nice keep, opponent. Nice keep. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need, chat. All I need is a chance. Take a chance on me. I don't look at spoilers midstream usually. There's just too much going on. I've got enough to worry about while trying to actually play Magic. Gonna bottom this and take a 4th land. Watch us just get mercilessly dumpstered this game after this hand they kept on the play. Longtime viewer, love the content. Can't wait to get into the Discord. Sergeant Fane, thanks for the support. I'm glad. Yeah, the Discord's a good time. Definitely pop in there. Did I miss Fintango? Oh no, I got Fintango. They added a Goblins deck that we're gonna play on Friday as part of the Smorking. The great Hoglandia Smorking. Yeah, why isn't this Vindicate? Could you imagine if this was Vindicate? We just like dumpster them here. I like to cast the Inquisition before the Serum Visions because I think making an informed decision on the Serum Visions is more important than Serum Visioning and then using the Inquisition. We definitely take Sylvan Scrying here. Do Twitch Prime subs count for the queue? Because I might be at 3 free donuts. So details on how donation decks work are here, Haig. TLDR is that tier 1 subs and Twitch Prime subs, the $4.99 subs and the Twitch Prime subs, they don't get anything for free with their sub on the donation queue. If I gave tier 1 subs a free donation deck every month, I literally would not have enough hours in the day to get through them. If you have any questions on specifics, feel free to drop me a line. It's talking about anyone who has not donated before, please read the stuff Streamlabs asked when you click through. They just charged me for Pro when I was trying to donate. Well, that's awkward. That's really annoying. If I let all of my tier 1 subs bump something by $1 when they subscribed, that would add 1,000 points to the queue per month, which is just, it's just an absurd amount. That's bad, and it might encourage me to move away from using Streamlabs for notifications. Thank you for letting me know that, and I'll have to look into it. Oh, they refunded you if you did it by mistake? That's probably not bad then. Like, my goal my goal while streaming is to generally try and keep the queue under 50, all the decks in the queue under 50 points. And a lot of the times I can manage that, but sometimes there's enough that, well, I'm going to keep that one right where it is. Sometimes there's enough insanity that I can't manage to do that though. Because my goal, a lot of other streamers usually charge like $50 to play a deck through a league. So basically if someone wants to send me 50 to play a deck, I'd like to be able to get to their deck right away. Yeah, I thought about that too, Dows, but again, to keep queue inflation low, I would basically have to provide so little points for watching that it wouldn't be worthwhile, basically. It would have to be like, you have to watch like 40 hours to get 1 point. Necklace down, yeah. Well, kind of, Anoronics, because, like, the 24-hour stream we're going to do this weekend, it doesn't actually knock it down at all, right? Because it's going to... We basically added a bunch of decks for that. And while I appreciate the big donations, like, the 24-hour stream this weekend is not going to reduce the queue. Put these towards Dredge. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Will do. Get those added after we're done today. I'm gonna grab another island here, I think. No, there's no cryptics in this deck, right? Probably just want more black mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab more black mana. Just pay someone to pretend to be you and play, right? So I'm actually probably going to stream more than 24 hours this weekend, Anoronics. After I pass out Saturday morning and sleep, I'll probably be back Saturday night and Sunday morning because Christy's taking the kids to Chicago for the weekend to visit with family. So I'm just going to be home doing a whole lot of nothing. So I will probably stream some more than just the 24-hour thing Friday and a Saturday. No, my wife doesn't really do Magic. She does board games. She's not a fan of having to be... Christy's a competitive person, a lot like myself. And she's not a fan of having to be familiar with so many different cards in order to be competitive while playing Magic. Who will get you food? There's lots of places that deliver. I don't want them to attack my Jace, is the reason why I'm not attacking with the Snapcaster Mage. So now I'm going to attack because I'm going to path this Walking Ballista. Am I going to path the Walking Ballista? Nah, maybe not, actually. Just going to double linger. That's true. She plays D&D. D&D's not a competitive game, if you've never played it. Yeah, there's actually an Affinity deck in the queue already. It's getting towards the top. An absurd amount. How many cards do I have memorized? An absurd amount is the answer. Alright. Opponent kept a really bad 7 this game. They kept 1 land Relic of Progenitus on the play. I cracked a fetch land last turn. So they have Karn and Ugin. This Negate probably locks things up for us, though. So I'm attacking for 5, 6, 7, 10. So this is not lethal, so I'm just going to throw it back. No, Thought Scouring the opponent when they're missing Tron doesn't do anything. Unless you have something like Surgical Extraction in your deck to, like, extract the Tron piece that you mill over. Milling, taking random cards out of your opponent's deck is just like if they never draw them. I know it, like, feels bad emotionally when your opponent, like, mills something that you really wanted to draw, but it effectively is irrelevant when they mill something that you wanted to draw unless they mill every single copy of it, very luckily. Don't you talk bad about 3.5 like that. 3.5 was the D&D of my childhood. That was the D&D I grew up on. All right, so Tron got some Damping Spheres, we got some Stony Silences, we got some Rejections. I don't think I board in Surgical here. For Possibility Storm, 10 out of 10 will do. Thank you for the support. Think we're gonna get back to Possibility Storm soon. The deck is sweet. It's good enough for my father's father. It's good enough for me. It's why I play First Edition. Stick it to Tron. You're opinion on KCI in Modern? I think it is. We are quickly approaching a point where I don't think it's unfair to imply that Ancient Stirrings is too good of a card for Modern. I think Ancient Stirrings probably provides too much consistency for the decks that it can be played in. So we did just beat Tron game 1, which gives us a good chance here in 3 to beat them. I need to cut one more card here. Like the Fatal Pushes and the Collective Brutalities are easy outs. What's my last cut? The problem's not KCI, it's Bat Nass. I don't think that's true. There were 5 copies of KCI in the top 32 of the last Grand Prix. If I was in charge of Modern, I would ban Ancient Stirrings. I think you should only board in Surgical against Tron if you have multiple ways, like probably 4+ ways to destroy their lands. Yeah, Lingering Souls is kind of slow. Trim one of those seems fine. I would also ban Blood Moon. Yep, I think Blood Moon creates shitty games of Magic. My goal as a Magic player is to play fun games of Magic, and I don't think Blood Moon allows people to play fun games of Magic. I think we're gonna fetch Hallowed Fountain on one here to dig aggressively for Field of Rune. Yeah, Mana Leak is fine. It's not amazing, but it's a necessary card. Here's the thing about Tron hate. Tron is a deck that plays 10+ cantrips in it and then plays Ancient Stirrings. So like the number of things that you get to Tron is better at finding its anti-hate cards than almost every deck is at finding its hate cards, by and large. I don't think it's a stretch to say that. I think Tron is better at... The only decks that are good against Tron are the decks that kill Tron consistently. The decks that don't need those extra pieces. Alright, so we're definitely just taking the Oblivion Stone here, right? Because I can Field of Rune them off of this and then, like, snap Thoughtseize this Ulamog. Grixis Shadow literally just top 8 of the last Grand Prix. The deck is fine. Deck is fine. Deck is better than fine. It's borderline good. Now, I think I would try Walking Ballista next time we play Possibility Storm. When we get to the Possibility Storm run back, it's going to include a copy of Walking Ballista, I think. But here's the thing. Made your fucking Worm Coil? No, this is just Walking Ballista, that's fine. Modern is about more than just having one good matchup. Modern is a format where people have lots of different matchups that are good, bad, and otherwise. So even if your deck is bad against the perceived best deck in the format, your deck is not automatically unplayable because the best deck in Modern isn't 25 or 50% of the room. It's 5, 10% of the room, etc. I did give them an extra ballista counter here by sequencing in this manner. From what I've seen of Arena, the gameplay looks really good and well done. My complaints about Arena are related to the economy or lack thereof in the game, as well as their desire to not support formats that I enjoy playing. You should always not attack the tower. And this is a really small thing, but it matters. You want them to have a tower in play, because that way when they're using their mana to reassemble Tron, they might have to use this tower, which means the turn that they reassemble Tron, they have one less mana than they otherwise would. Also, Tron players are really fucking lucky and always have a second tower. But there's actually a statistically significant reason for doing what I'm suggesting. Other than Tron players are dirty and always have it. Yeah, Landfall Aggro is a fine deck for the cube. The deck was fine last time we played it. I don't know if I actually want a Wet Ball here or not. Because, like, my idea is that, like, I'm probably... The drawback to never attacking the tower is when they do finally reassemble Tron, that they're going to have... when they do finally reassemble Tron, they're going to have access to... Oh, if they hit Tron, they get to Ulamog me next turn? Alright, I have to Damping Sphere. If they do reassemble Tron, you're probably fucked anyways. So, like, them reassembling Tron with, like, 2 towers is probably just as fucked as if they reassemble Tron with something else, right? They draw Nature's Claim. Tilt. Natural Tron, Ulamog you. Yay! Oh no, we're in their upkeep. Oh no, don't do it. Have a heart. Have a heart. Did I ever take any physics during my degree? Yeah, a couple of classes. I took a calculus-based physics class and a non-calc-based physics class. Wait, oh yeah, I was like, where'd my Thoughtseize go? It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It confused me. It's confused by the Yu-Gi-Oh card, chat. Actually, I'm gonna fetch a basic swamp here. So that way I can Thoughtseize, cast Serum Visions, and still hold up Ceremonious Rejection without shocking. I would like one Ulamog, please. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna bottom both of those. I'm just gonna take the Karn away here because this Thoughtseize is gonna draw dead pretty soon. We get punished by exactly Worm Coil here, but I think it's right to put the shields down for a turn here and just get value out of that Thoughtseize. So does it increase my clock in a meaningful way to shock this in? It does, right? Because it puts 6 power into play, which means I get to kill them in 3 once I attack them for 2 here. Oh, I get to kill them in 2, right? Or I get to force them to pop the Ghost Quarter. It's like I fire up this Tar Pit and get in for 9. Ooh. Ooh. Or I could just do that. And I think I'm supposed to fire up the Tar Pit here. Let's do it. Hey, Issa EB with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Thanks for helping me do what I do here. Gosh, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but are we about to beat Tron with this Esper deck? That's super fucking hot. That is super hot. My dirtily Esper deck should never beat Tron. We did get pretty fortunate that they kept a medium hand in the first game, but this game their hand was pretty reasonable. They had Tron and we disassembled it and then disrupted them thoroughly. We're doing it without a delve threat too. Like if you would have shown me this list, I'd have said for sure that in order to have a chance against Tron, we need a fast delve threat. If they have like a Thragtusk here, they could potentially stay in the game, but even that's not going to be great through our double Lingering Souls again next turn. So like Thragtusk will let them tread some water. Beating Tron makes me feel, as someone who plays decks almost exclusively that lose to Tron, I also get feels when I beat Tron. Rejected. While we restart Magic Online, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I stream Magic 30 plus hours a week. Before we show, I need to share. Look at how beautiful this background is. Isn't it A+? This is the I closed Magic Online and I saw the background. I was like, I can't show without showing this beautiful background. It's fantastic. All right, sorry. Thanks for watching, people. I do appreciate it. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. I stream Magic 30 plus hours a week. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are quite literally the people that keep me here full-time like I do. If you're new to Twitch, subscriptions start at $4.99 a month, or if you're one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, if you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, that gets you Twitch Prime included for free, and Twitch Prime gets you a free channel subscription every single month to a channel of your choice here on Twitch. You can also support my stuff by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. Obliterage with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you and welcome. You know, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Cardsphere would like to help you turn your cards into other cards or cash direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. Mac Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/Google Clothes. You can save 20% on your first order there. MTG Brews, hooking it up with the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for taking the time to link that up and supporting my channel here. I appreciate it. Welcome. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronix, Justin Nivik, and all y'all out there. Thanks for watching, folks. There's a lot of people that do a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. Oh, ooh. Wonder if we should have a counter during the 24-hour stream on Friday of how often I go up and down. Back from the BitMines, how's the stream going? We're doing well. We just beat Tron. We just beat Tron with a fair mid-range deck, fair control deck. So it's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be alive. I'm loving it. Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. This seems great, right? Get to go fetch basic swamp. Maybe I want to fetch Watery Grave, actually. If I fetch Watery Grave and Inquisition on 1, I can go Serum Visions tap land on 2. I have multiple pages of shilling. I have enough banner ads that I break them up into 2 different spiels. Because my goal is to not just sit here and chill for multiple minutes. Okay, Inspiring Vantage means we're going to fetch basic swamp. This deck doesn't have 4 Collective Brutalities in its 75, does it? God, it doesn't. Ugh. Listen, chat. I've got some words of advice for you. RESPECT. Respect the fucking burn deck. Put 4 brutalities in your black decks. Do it. Just do it. Just put 4 brutalities in your deck. You're not wrong, Team America. That's why I find the ad breaks that some of the Magic streams do so offensive. Like, you have so much downtime in a paper stream especially that it's kind of absurd that they put ads over the Magic that they have. There was a $20 donation. Naya, Landfall, Aggro, please. Same list as last time. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 will do. I'd be happy to add that back in. Thank you for the support, Sarah C. I appreciate it. So we get spooked. Probably see a Riftbolt get thrown into the exile zone here. And then get hit for 2 by Taylor. If they suspend Riftbolt here, that's actually pretty good for us because it gives us a nice clean thing to mana leak next turn guaranteed, which is nice. One of the things that can kind of awkward about having cards like Mana Leak against Burn is that good Burn players are not going to sequence their Burn spells into your counter spells when you pass with open mana like this. So the fact that Riftbolt lets us just guaranteed use our mana this turn is great. Tournament fees and actual product sales, right? Glad to be here. Had his own ads while hosting an event. I just went straight to the event stream after that. Oh, get the little neck pop in there. Brutalities, it's just such an incredibly flexible card that, like, not playing a bunch of them seems absurd to me. I think I'm gonna go tapped land pass and try and hopefully they draw a brick and we can ambush Viper Taylor here. What are your thoughts on the Jeskai versus Jund matchup? I think by and large it favors Jeskai. I think it's close. I think they're both 55% decks, and it shows in that matchup. But I think by and large, I generally prefer to be on the Jeskai side of Jeskai versus Jund. I don't think it's unwinnable for either side, but I do think I would prefer to be on the Jeskai side. I don't think splashing black for Brutality is worthwhile, because if you're splashing for a card like Brutality, splashing a color loses you a lot of the tempo that a card like Brutality gains you. Yes, while SCG has simultaneously added more ads to their playtime, the GPs have also stepped it up. So like SCG added more ads and GPs added more magic. As they currently exist, I prefer GP coverage to SCG coverage, if I'm being completely honest. Hey, look, one of them Brutality cards I was talking about. I think I'm supposed to bottom souls here. I think I just like, I'm looking for a Teferi, I'm looking for a Jace, I'm looking for a Delve threat. I'm looking for cards that let me end the game here. Patrick and Cedric are definitely the gold standard of Magic coverage. I completely agree with that. Yeah, that was a little strange to me too. I feel like they probably should have kept their Eidolon on the table. 4 months since you took my sub virginity. Did it feel good for you, Jeff? It felt good for me. I'm glad it felt good for you. Welcome back, Sinbred. Thanks for the third of a year of support. I appreciate it. So let's do this, and then if they draw a couple of bricks here, Snapcaster plus Tar Pick close the game pretty quickly. Riley Knight is very... I did not say that people that commentate for WotC aren't good at their jobs. I said I feel SCG is the gold standard of commentary, which means they are excellent at what they do, Cedric and Patrick. I think there are a number of people that, in fact, at this point, since like they cleared out I'm not going to name specific names. Since WotC finally stepped up and cleared out some of the old guard of commentators that they have, I think their current batch of commentators by and large is very good. Philip Marsh with the 6-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. Thanks for the half a year. Could end it now with Thoughtseize. Oh! I think I just have to hope they brick. I think I'm just supposed to like get aggressive here. No, I have so much modern and legacy to play that I don't really play things like flashback formats. And to be fair, a lot of things like what people prefer from Magic commentary, that's a very subjective metric by and large. It is very subjective. Things that one person enjoys doesn't automatically mean that another person's going to enjoy. So I'm actually just not going to play the rest of the games in this burn matchup because I literally don't have enough cards to bring in here. I have one fucking Dispel in my sideboard. So, yeah. Yeah, so this deck is not, yeah. Yep. I can't even cut all my Thoughtseizes. So we talked earlier about good deck building and good sideboarding. And if you can't cut your Thoughtseizes against the burn deck, you probably do not have a well-constructed sideboard in Modern, in my opinion. In my opinion. Yes, correct. Let's not... I will be timing anybody out aggressively who wants to shit-talk specific people that make Magic content. A lot of preferences with who makes Magic content and how is very subjective. And I'm not here to start some kind of thing where people are saying, I hate this person, and we just shit on other people working hard to make Magic content. That's not what this chat is for. So I'd actually like to take a second against Chronos Savant and address what they said here. So Chronos Savant asked, doesn't Thoughtseize read black, gain 1 life, seems serviceable against burn? So the important thing to realize when you are playing games of Magic against aggressive decks in Modern, especially against a deck like Burn, is that it's not just about gaining life with every card you play, it's about the resource efficiency. So while black gain a life, gaining 1 life seems good against burn, right? Like they're the burn deck, gaining a life seems good. The thing that's not good about black gain 1 life is that gaining 1 life isn't worth spending 1 mana in the early turns of the game. Your early turns of the game need to be hyper efficient and your plays need to be gaining you more than 1 health per 1 mana. At the minimum, they generally should be gaining you 2 or more health per mana you spend in order to keep up with the burn deck with how brutally efficient that they are. Modern, by and large, not even just playing against burn, is a format that's very much about keeping up with mana efficiency in most of the matches that you are playing. So, if this hand already had a 3rd land in it, I would play my fetch land and pass because I wouldn't really know what I'm looking for. But because this hand doesn't have a 3rd land in it, I'm going to cast my Serum Visions on 1 because I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 3rd land. No, by the time I had enough of a presence or notoriety to potentially be a commentator for a live event, SCG had trimmed down their commentary staff to just be Patrick, Cedric, Matthias, and Ryan Overturf. And I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that Wizards of the Coast is never going to invite me to do anything official for them. And that's okay. That's okay. They don't have to be my biggest fans. I'm successful enough without trying to, like, you know, spoon feed appeasement to Wizards of the Coast. I enjoy being an objective, not paid for third-party voice. I think it's okay to flat up concede a matchup and accept a loss in Modern and play no Cyberherd. Yes. Fuck. Fuck. At least our spot removal is better here, I guess. At least our spot removal is better here, I guess. I've now done 6 damage to myself. I've done 6 damage to myself, and I'm looking at a handful of aggressive red cards. Well, things could have gone better. Things could have gone better here. All right, so I don't want a 4th land. I'll take Inquisition here. We can go Inquisition plus Brutality next turn, which is nice. For the record, I don't think it's probably fair to say Wizards of the Coast doesn't like. I'd be surprised if they actively hate me, right? Like, at this point, I'm one of the larger content creators in the Magic community. I bring a lot of people into their game and keep a lot of people interested in their game. That being said, I think it's also probably absurdly fair to say that, like, they would prefer if there were other people in the community that were less critical of some of the mistakes or less desirable things they do, that were instead in the position that I'm in. They're not vindictive towards me. They don't go after people that are critics of them, but they don't go out of their way to give me nice things. That's definitely not something that happens. So while they don't actively try to like hamstring my content, they aren't encouraging and don't help it along either. Yeah, the fully escalated brutality there could help us win this. This is why there should be 4 brutalities in the deck. Pretty sure I just cut the Bushwhacker here. We get to flashback souls next turn. We get to have this fatal push up. No, I've never gotten a preview card. I've been given a preview card from the website I write for, but that was Wizards of the Coast gave that preview card to the website, not to me. Drawing Soulseer is pretty good. Incognito Burrito, that's a great username. With the Twitch Prime support, I do appreciate. What's an Incognito Burrito look like? Is it like burrito fillings and like on like bread? Is it a sandwich? How does that work? It's a burrito wearing a ninja mask. Probably looks like an enchilada. It says discussion chat. What does an incognito burrito appear as? You should look at the tweet that we looked at. This tweet yesterday at stream, the Tulare Community College Key. WotC doesn't really give out preview cards to many community members, which is kind of absurd to me. Well, I'm not gonna rant about that again today. We ranted about it yesterday. All right, so this matchup is less bad than Burn because these cards have a text box here, which is nice. These cards have a text box, which is decent for us. Real nice. Yep. What's going on, Maddie? I guess I leave this Jace in. It's better than the rest of the cards. We still don't quite have enough cards for this matchup, but I at least have enough to cut my Thoughtseizes, which is like the floor. Matthew, I think you missed it. We 4-1'd with blue-red Delver Fairies. Matthew, help. Matthew, I'm falling in love. You need to save me from myself. Help. Help. I think Unmaking's better than Thoughtseize. I'd rather have cards that play to the board. This guy gets it. These are the types of posts, I'm sure. This was funny. This was I'm proud of this tweet. This tweet was a good one. And this guy gets it, and somehow people wonder why you haven't gotten a preview card. I don't wonder. I understand why. All right, what are we doing here? This hand has Fatal Push and Path in it, so it's probably fine. Has Snapcaster too. Jace is not good in this matchup, but he's less bad than other cards in my sideboard. The other cards in my sideboard are not particularly good here, because again, this deck does not have enough sideboard cards as constructed for these aggressive matchups. The real question here is, do I want to fetch Godless Shrine on one? I think I want to fetch Godless Shrine on one, so that way I can Fatal Push here, and then go tapped land plus Path next turn. I genuinely don't think this deck especially is going to be able to play around Double Grenade. If they draw Double Grenade in their top 15 cards, you're just going to die most of the time. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to die when they have Double Grenade. Ooh. 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 Piece of candy. Piece of piece of nummy candy. My belly is full. My belly is full. Full of nummy candy. They know it's coming though, right? No, they don't, because we drew Hallowed Fountain. That's so good. They don't even know that the candy is coming. That's the yummy candy that Daddy likes. Daddy liked the taste of candy. So we get to go fetch basic, Flaying Tendrils them next turn, and then snap Fatal Push plus tap land the turn after that. Pretty good. Oh no! Why do you have a goblin that doesn't die to Flaying Tendrils, opponent? That wasn't part of the plan. All of your cards are supposed to die to Flaying Tendrils. A quarter of the way to my sword. Night Stars, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Hopefully soon, probably another week or so, because it's a lot of work, so my artist buddy has taken his time with it. I'm actually going to be redoing the set of sub badges that we have on the channel. So that way we have more. We're going to have Hoaglandia themed sub badges, which should be fun. At 12 months, the 12-month subs are going to get a shield to go with their sword. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited at least. We have some drafts, so some of the couple of them are done, and I like them a lot. Hoaglandia is burning down tomorrow. We will rebuild stronger than before, Pikes. We shall come back stronger than ever. Time for me to unsubscribe. We could die here. We could die here. It's possible I'm supposed to go fetch land. Holy dicks. Well then, this is gonna be a little devastating, chat. This is gonna be a little devastating. Yup. Yup. Woo. 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 That's an impressive amount of damage. Details on the Discord are here. Yes, that was Modern Staple devastating. We're gonna be playing this deck tomorrow, by the way. I've got this one in the queue, believe it or not. There will be all of the mountain-based smorking decks are gonna happen tomorrow. What time does the stream start tomorrow? 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, like always. Prepare to get devastating summons rebanned. I think Damping Sphere is too slow. Think it's too slow? No, Scratch Wands isn't aggressive enough. I want, like, 1 mana hasty dudes. 1 mana hasty dudes is what we're going to be all about tomorrow. I would love to play first. Thank you. I think I'm supposed to keep this. This hand, like, also, like, if the Serum Visions can find a Delve threat, we can have a fast Delve threat. Like, obviously, Flaying Tendrils wasn't good enough that last game, but I think there's going to be a lot of games where Flaying Tendrils is good here. No, I'm not playing any Standard tomorrow. We're gonna play a bunch of Modern. We're gonna play some Legacy, and I think we're gonna force Mono Red in a cube draft at some point. But I by and large do not plan to play Standard. Have to see a deck list. Never say yes or no to decks archetypes with just a name. You gotta show me the deck list. Probably gonna fetch a Godless Shrine tapped here. I might go Shockin' Flaying Tendrils, Shockin' Watery Grave, cast Flaying Tendrils next turn. It will not be Trex. We're gonna do an all magic stint. So, this is actually kind of a mind game thing. They revealed Flaying Tendrils off the top of my deck. I'm actually going to fetch before their main phase here, because I don't want them to be discouraged from playing things out, thinking that I might draw this next turn. So I want to shuffle this away and not let them know that it's coming. Although they were smart and didn't play out anything else anyway, so I guess I'm just going like double Lingering Souls here. Sorry, by double I mean single. So we do Lingering this turn, and then next turn we go Lingering tapped land, and then we can double Linger the turn after that. We could definitely get Chain Warlord. I don't really have a line to play around Chain Whirler, though. Like, Lingering Souls is the only thing I have. We've been really bad at drawing Delve threats so far today. It's not something we've been good at. Deal. Heyo. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go block here, and I'm just gonna cash in this Flaying Tendrils. Was wondering if you could find one yesterday without copying it off the video. Well, you can copy it off the video. Like, the videos are the archive. I'm confused. Like, do you have an archive I don't want to use? The video is the archive? I'm confused by your question. The video is the archive. Alternatively, Stream Decker doesn't delete things. So if you go into my Stream Decker, you can find them all that way. You can drop me a whisper on Twitch, or you can message me in Discord if you're in the subs Discord, or you can DM me on Twitter. All of those are great ways to reach me about putting decks in the queue. This is summons for 4. You keep a deck list written down that you could read without needing to watch a video. I mean, they're on Stream Decker. You also don't, like, have to play the YouTube video to, like, look at the description. I guess again, I'm just, like, confused by what you're asking for, because I feel like what you're asking for already exists. Am I dead? I trade here. I take 10. So I'm obligated to trade here. I go to 2. I just want to double linger here, right? Yep. Yeah, at the top of the video description, it says click show more for a deck list. Yeah, so in all the video descriptions on my YouTube channel, if you find one without a link, a thing in the description, you should message me, but usually they're there. The queue usually has links to a deck, unless it's a deck that someone has asked me to put together. The Deadbolt. You decided to make how do you decide to make quick decisions without making mistakes? Well, I make a ton of mistakes, is the answer. The answer is I don't, because I make a ton of mistakes. The answer to your question is, I am not that good at this. That's not true. I'm okay at this, but I could definitely be better. So, I think I'm supposed to path this elemental into Snap Thought Scour. Maybe we're supposed to Snap Thought Scour now. I don't want to play Teferi, because if I play Teferi, I die to any haste creature, and I want to play around dying to a haste creature here, because I think I have the tools to play around dying to a haste creature. Yeah, so I'm actually going to pass here, and I think I'm going to path plus Snap Thought Scour, or if they play another creature with haste, I could path, snap, path. So giving them a second land is a little bit scary here, but, like, most of their things that kill me with 2 lands kill me with 1 land. Will I be playing tomorrow? There's a list of burn decks we plan to play tomorrow in the queue. That was the wrong thing. I clicked on the wrong thing, so I'm down a card because I'm an idiot. That's unfortunate. It's not just about practice and repetition. In fact, I'd argue that bad Magic players are the ones that are only good at what they're doing because of practice and repetition. Good Magic players, people that are actually adept at like playing the game at a high level, through practice and experience, we can adapt and think through decisions more quickly than people that tend to be a little bit worse. All right, so we're dead to a bushwhacker here because I gave them a land. All right, yep. So this, I wouldn't have died to this if I would have flashback Lingering Souls. So I died to this instead. Instead, I'm dead to this. If I would have flashback Thought Scour, I would have milled these two, and then I would have drawn that, and then I would have drawn for the turn, and then I would have drawn for Teferi. So I still would have been dead. Yeah, maybe I should have just flashback Lingering Souls there instead of playing the Snapcaster Mage. Maybe it should have been flashback Lingering Souls plus Path, just because it was like dead to exactly that sequence. Again, I think this deck is poorly constructed for the aggressive matchups. You know, like, I couldn't board out Anguished Unmaking. I couldn't board out Jace. I was lucky to be able to board out Thoughtseize. And yeah, they had a lot of draws to be able to kill us still there too. But I think it's worth talking about the plays that I made. It's very easy to write off games like that as a player and be like, well, there was nothing I could do and I didn't make any mistakes. When in reality, I think I could have played around double creature better. So like my line played around a single creature with the hope of drawing a card, but I think by and large their deck's a go wide deck, so I should have just worked to play around double creature because that was more likely to happen, especially once I gave them an extra land with Path to Exile. That's how you want to get better as a player. You always want to be focusing on the choices that you made and be thinking through, was the choice I made with the information that I had correct? And you don't want to focus on the result. The result is going to be whatever it was. The way to get better as a player is you need to make sure you're focusing on did you make the correct decision with the information that you had at the time? Because that's all you can do in the future. You can only focus on making good decisions with the information that you currently have. Unless you can see into the future, in which case you should spend that ability doing something more profitable than playing a children's card game. Ooh. What's going on, Wraithborn? All right, we're gonna play the fifth match. I don't play 3-color mid-range decks against Ponza. This is Ponza's only good matchup in Modern is 3-color mid-range decks. So just don't do it. Just don't do it. Sign the slip and go get some lunch. You'll be a happier person for it. Thanks, Top Dog. Howdy. The mono black deck was very bad. The payoffs for being a devotion deck don't make up for the average low card quality that you have. So, as always, the mono black stuff will be up on YouTube later, but it was not particularly impressive. How does this feel versus Bant Super Friends? I think the sideboard of this deck at the very least is some hot nonsense. We've been pretty bad at drawing our Delve threats. I think by and large I like the Super Friend, the Bant deck better. But I think at the very least there's drastic improvements that could be made to this deck, whereas like the Bant list is fairly stabilized. No, I don't try to make guesstimates on what they'll do with the ban list, because it's pointless. This deck is not playing a single card that's as good as Steve. Steve's a good dude, to be fair, Burgle. Steve is just a quality Magic the Gathering card. If you can't... Fuck! Is this another deck we can't... It's Burner, it's Valakut Titan. Oh, sweet! Please don't be Ponza. Could still be Ponza, I guess. Could still be Ponza. Please don't be Ponza. Don't be Ponza. Don't do it. Don't have a heart. Don't be push that bird off a cliff. Please be a Naya deck. Yay, Naya. Oh, geez, are they playing Kiki Chord? We can beat Kiki Chord, I think. I think Kiki Chord might be beatable, Chad. We've entered the Kiki Chord bracket. It's deep and dark down here, but we made it to the Kiki Chord bracket. Oh, Magic's great. Magic's great. We are 1-3. 1-3. Jeff versus Past Jeff. Thanks for the 8-month Philbo joke. People that are not used to this channel, they're just used to spewing in other places. It's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough coming in here after being used to spewing in other places. So your opinion on KCI and the current modern Magic? I think KCI is a very, very good Magic the Gathering deck. Do I want this giant fishy, or do I want to bottom aggressively and look for a land for this Teferi? I think I want to just bottom this. Give me that Kess control. Thank you, Black Rose. I appreciate it. Be happy to get those added. Thank you for the bits. What are the upsides of Mardu Pyromancer versus Green Black Rock? So Mardu Pyromancer is the better grindy deck, whereas Green Black Rock on the back of Tarmogoyf and Tireless Tracker is better at closing out games versus combo decks. Those cards apply pressure much faster and more consistently than anything the Mardu deck is able to put together. That's a good way to phrase it too. Mardu's like a mid-range prison deck, kind of. The addition of Snaring Bridge definitely pushes it more in the direction of prison. Yeah, it looks like Saheeli combo most likely, rather than Kiki Chord. That's true. They usually have a Reflector Mage. Yeah. Tarmogoyf's harder to kill in Modern too. Oath is much worse than Stirrings. I probably would not play Oath in Tron. You have so many misses. The cat came back the very next day. Oh, they thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. They knew he wouldn't stay away, away, away. Hey, hey, hey. I am actually going to attack with the Snapcaster Mage, because if they block, I can Fatal Push this and then cast Lingering Souls. If they don't block, I will just cast Tasigur, leaving up Path to Exile. So if this dies, it triggers Revolt. We're also, like, signifying, like, Collective Brutality to finish off their Felidar Guardian here. So, yeah, not surprised they didn't block. What I would run in what, Nivik? Oh, in Tron? I have no idea. I would not know what I would run in Tron alternatively. I do not have a good answer to that. I think I want to drain them there. I feel like if they had an evolution or a path, they would have fired it off by now. Okay. So now, next turn, I get to go crack you to 2 flashback Lingering Souls, which is nice. Trying to guess what Wizards is going to do with their ban list is silly and frustrating and a waste of time by and large. They're going to do what they're going to do. Who knows? We could die this turn. They could go fetch land, Felidar Guardian, blink their Oath of Nissa, try and dig for Saheeli, but I definitely think I'm supposed to flashback the spirits and put lethal on the table. Because we know they have this Sun Titan in their hand. So I just want to, like, put pressure to, like, try and kill them. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Yep. Opponent going for the play to win line. Smart. I get to resub on my birthday, Z. Happy birthday. Thank you for the 7-month free subscription. Welcome back. I don't know what that card does. I don't look at spoilers while I'm streaming, and I've been streaming for the last 4 hours now. I'll be streaming for another 2 hours or so after this. Sweet. They bricked. Definitely in the market of making them have it there. God, this sideboard just, like, doesn't do anything, huh? It's so narrow and focused. I'm glad we beat Tron, because Tron is, like, the only thing we have sideboard cards for. I guess these come in. I guess these are good. Are they? Yeah, they've got to be. What am I supposed to cut? I don't actually know if they're good. Like, Flaying Tendrils cleans up. Collective Brutality is pretty mediocre, right? They have to have Voice of Resurgence, right? Alright, I'm just gonna bring in 1 Damnation and 1 Tendrils for the Brutality. And see where we go from there. That's true. If they have Wall of Omens, they might not have Voice. Could be a budget thing too. Teferi is a source of card advantage that's also spot removal when you need it to be. It's very good in general. It's not a card that you like sideboard out. It's just a generically good magic card. Looking for a fast Delve Thread here, ideally, I think. We're going to bottom aggressively if we don't find them. I guess I could take another Serum Vision. I guess both of these are okay. Yeah, this is Esper and Sultai are the 2-3 color combinations that people, like, desperately want to be good in Modern that just, like, consistently fall short. I just, the synergy, the amount that you give up to have 3 colors in your mana base in proportion to the power level of the cards that you get to play, by and large, generally isn't there. And Lightning Bolt's a fucked up card. That's also true. Lightning Bolt is really good. I think Naya on average is better than Esper and Sultai. Naya gets to play Lightning Bolt at least. So I'd like to explain why what Lazy What Hog there just said is just, like, wrong about Modern in general. So they said they think Esper is good if it's tuned for a metagame. That means Esper is bad against everything that isn't your local game store where the same 4 people show up every single week and play their same decks. You can't metagame large Modern tournaments. You can't. Any event that has 100 or more people showing up from hours around, there are so many different competitive decks in Modern that you can't reasonably metagame that. Well, that's unfortunate. Make it to Inquisition me. So long, Snapcaster, my old friend. Do. Oh, geez. Am I supposed to? They can Saheeli and then Dire Fleet Daredevil another cantrip. They can like Saheeli and then cast a Serum Visions here. I don't have a Fatal Push. What is... Oh, in case I, like, Thought Scour into a Fatal Push? You should watch our last couple of Jeskai streams. I don't actually think control decks in general in Modern aren't that good. They're not. Sorry if you really want to feel otherwise, but they're not. Non-proactive decks in Modern generally fall short. What kind of decks are okay in Modern are more proactive decks. And Jeskai is a control deck that occasionally can pretend to be a proactive deck. That's what Jeskai has going on. Jeskai can occasionally be very proactive. Bolt, Snap, Bolt is sometimes a combo finish. Wanting to play Cryptic Command is the reason why Jeskai sees so much play. Cryptic Command, that's a fucking fun Magic card to cast. And you know what? Playing Magic should be about having fun. So that's why people play so many control decks in Modern. Because they're looking to have a good time. And that's okay. You can and should play Magic to have a good time. As someone who is a Cryptic Command aficionado himself, card's great. Love casting it. Love casting. There's few things in this world give me as much joy as resolving a Cryptic Command. I also think Burn is kind of poorly positioned in the current format, which should make tomorrow fun. I think decks like Humans and Hallowed One tend to have similarly good matchups to Burn, while having good matchups in places where Burn is also not very good. What about resolving Goblin Guide? Do any... I am actually really excited. So the Possibility Storm combo that we've played, I want to try and slot that into a Jeskai shell at some point, because that combo finish inside other controllers, it feels like Splinter Twin in that it's a combo finish that we can slot into other places. Where's a good place to branch out from there? Probably the Blue Moon style decks. I think if you like Blood Mooning people, you should give like the Possibility Storm deck that we played a try. Look at this sick value, chat. Look at this sick value. We got to kill a card that cantripped, another card that cantripped, and a Birds of Paradise. I don't know how they're ever gonna recover now. I don't know. Feel like we got them right in the corner where we want them. Maybe killing Saheeli was better there. Yeah, I could see that. Unfair and oppressive, right? Holy dicks, that's a Karanos. Fuck. How do we ever beat a Karanos, chat? How do we ever beat a Karanos? Oh no! Oh no! God, I love watching you play tier 12 garbage and guide as someone. Look, Burgle, you take that back. The Saheeli deck's a real deck. You pray for the act of devotion and then path it, right? We have an Anguished Unmaking in our deck. That's true. That's true. For all the non-believers out there, there is actually an answer to Karanos in our deck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We can just kill them with these tar pits. That's true. That's true. These tar pits are coming to town. You'll draw the Unmaking on 3 life. There's someone who's watched the stream before. They know what's up. You killed 2 devotion. You're doing it wrong. It's funny because it's probably true. This Karanos is going to kill us, Bob. Oh, we have 2 Teferi. Gosh, Teferi is so good. Can we just take a moment and like pour one out for Teferi? Like all the goodness he brings to Modern. Ella Q with the $10 donation. Why was I timed out? I didn't do anything. Put this towards blue. You know what you did. Thank you for the support, but you know what you did. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, this Dire Fleet Daredevil has been such a beating. It's been so good. Just giving it to us again and again and again. Our opponent's deck is far sweeter than ours. Yep. You are not incorrect, Bob Incheze. Bob Incheze is not incorrect. It is tier 1 versus scrubs. The creature toolbox decks are very good at beating people that are bad at Magic. Like, exceptionally good at beating people. It's another Renegade. Good lord. Oh god, chat. Chat. Oh gosh. Alright, so we need to draw a Snapcaster Mage or our Flaying Tendrils so we can clean this board out. I got you, mate. I got you. All right, redraws. Oh, yeah. Thoughts? Well, we found the answer to Karanos. We found the answer to Karanos. We still have 3 cards in hand. Good lord. All right, there's a third game. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm boarding in Flaying Tendrils. Home port of the Dire Fleet, right? Won't you take me to Value Town? Won't you take me to Value Town? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. I have some sad news for the blue players out there. The green decks have been better at drawing cards for us than for a very long time. The more we look at this deck, the more sad it looks. Get it off the screen. Ain't that the truth? Esper, you always build me up, Esper, but you always let me down nice and fast. There was a time before Courser of Crew fixed Dimir Spine. So sit down and listen, and let me tell you about a time before Magic the Gathering had Courser of Crew fixed. That was a heck of a time to live in. Peace Incognito Burrito. Is there a Sultai list worth playing? Every time I have played Sultai in recent memory, the blue cards have felt awkward and unnecessary, and I've just wished I was playing green-black instead. I think Sultai in Modern is just worse than playing green-black mid-range. Like, they're doing a lot of the same things, and the Sultai mana base is much worse. What is the next deck you're going to play at the next tournament? I don't know. I'm planning to play the Modern Open in Indianapolis at the end of July. That's after the M19 release, so I'm going to be testing a lot of different things. It's probably going to involve Spellstutter Sprite and 71 of her closest friends. What are the other 71 cards surrounding Spellstutter Sprite? That remains to be determined, but it will probably involve Spellstutter Sprite and 71 of her closest friends. Modern's not a format about utility. It's a format about tempo and mana efficiency, and Sultai Charm is not mana efficient. To be fair, cards like Channel and Oath of Druids, those are cards that I'm pretty forgiving about because they're cards from a different time. They're cards from an era when we didn't know how to design Magic cards. We actually played a blue-red Delver Fae list this morning. It was a tempo burn deck with Spellstutter Sprite and Delver of Secrets. And I'm probably going to work on that deck some more when Alpine Moon gets released on Magic Online. So I think I'm going to go Shock in Watery Grave, cast Serum Visions here. And then we can go tap land, Fatal Push something on 2. Opponent mulligan to 6. I always think the same thing when my opponent mulligans to 6. Please mulligan to 5, please mulligan to 5, please mulligan to 5. They kept 6. How lucky. How lucky. Gonna bottom white spells and non-white lands. What's SSP? For those of us who haven't been paying attention. Ooh, found a dark ritual, chat. Found a dark ritual on top of her deck. We do know what we're up against. This is game 3. This is literally game 3. Got my Mac Weldon order yesterday. Love the quality. That's awesome. Good to hear it. -3 card. He kills. That's true. Them's just the facts right there. He definitely does that. My body is ready to get Reflector Maged and weep silently. But for now, I'm going to do this and this. I guess I also could have gone Swamp Serum Visions there, but like, I guess like play my Swamp and start beating them to death here now. Like even firing up Tar Pit if I want to get really aggressive. Weep openly. That's true. That's true. That's the question. Is it really going to be silent? Anybody who's watched this stream before knows it's not about to be silent. Don't do it to me. 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 Yeah, I agree, Burgle. I think I need to kill them ASAP. Which is why it's worth risking getting Reflector Mage here. I almost thought for a second maybe they don't have it because they waited so long. We just don't want it enough. Ain't that the truth? Thoughtseize is decent. I'm going to play this so we can Fatal Push next turn potentially if we need to. People consistently want to see Esper decks. the donation deck system has been so successful that I'm going to be more aggressive about decks that I reject in the future. It's like, it's just kind of not fun getting browned playing decks like this. Just like getting hit again and again and again over the skull. Thoughtseize you. Can I beat any of these cards? Like, I guess they can't cast Healy. They can, like, blink Reflector Mage, though. They can blink Wall of Omens. Yeah, no more. Yeah, it's just, I almost rejected this deck, and then I saw, like, there were these Delve creatures in it. So, like, maybe the Delve creatures could give this a new angle of attack that, like, old Esper decks, like, didn't have in the past. But just, yeah, just Esper in general being kind of mediocre, and the sideboard not being constructed well to interact with burn or creatures. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't have much. Don't play Esper. Don't play Esper. You delete the Magic account. Yep.